All right, welcome back for the grand finale of our deep dive into studio to transmitter link technologies. Over the last 9 parts, we've gotten into the weeds on RF, IP, and all the techie details. So today, we're going to take all that knowledge and turn it into a real-world strategic plan for the future.
So here we are, part 10 of our 10-part journey through AM and FM broadcast STL tech. We're going to shift gears a bit. Instead of just focusing on the tech specs, we're going to give you the tools and the foresight to make sure your station is ready for whatever the next decade throws at it. Okay, so here's the game plan for today. We'll kick things off by gazing into the crystal ball at the future of STL. Then we'll get practical with a framework to help you make the right choices. After that, we'll talk about how to move from old to new systems. And we'll wrap it all up by figuring out how to build an infrastructure that's going to last.
All right, first things first, let's look over the horizon. The world of broadcasting is always changing, right? So understanding the big shifts that are coming our way, well, that's step one to making smart, long-term decisions.
You know, what's really cool about this timeline is that it lays out a super clear path for where the industry is headed. We're kind of in the middle of this IP maturation phase right now. IP is becoming the go-to standard. But look ahead. Soon, hybrid systems, mixing and matching different technologies, that's going to be the new normal. And then it gets really interesting with software-defined infrastructure. Think more flexibility, less clunky hardware. And all of this leads to traditional RF links becoming more of a niche player, mainly because that spectrum is just getting more and more crowded.
Okay, so that's the future. But what about right now? How do you actually use that information to make smart choices for your operation? Knowing what's coming is one thing, but making the right call today is what really counts.
And this, right here, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You've got RF, you've got IP, MPLS, all these hybrid models. It can feel like you're drowning in options. So let's break this down into a simple, logical process.
Don't worry, there's a method to the madness. This 5-step process is your roadmap. It all starts with step 1, figure out exactly what you need. What's your budget? How reliable does it have to be? Then, step 2 is easy. Just cross off anything that doesn't fit those basic needs. In step 3, you do a real deep dive on what's left. But step 4 is crucial. You have to think about what could go wrong. And finally, step 5 is about the money, but not just the sticker price, the total cost over its entire life. If you follow these steps, your decision will be based on facts and your real needs, not just whatever's new and shiny.
And this is so important because choosing a vendor isn't just about buying a piece of gear. It's like starting a long-term relationship, right? You have to ask the tough questions. Is this company going to be around in 10 years? When you're off the air at 2 a.m., who are you going to call? Is their support actually available and helpful? Is the documentation any good? These things matter just as much as the tech specs because this is an investment that needs to pay off for a decade or more.
So we've got a framework for picking the right tech and the right partner. Now for the really fun part, the how. How do you move from that trusty old RF system that's been chugging along for decades to something new and IP-based without giving yourself a heart attack in the process?
Okay, listen up because this is absolutely critical. You do not just rip out the old and plug in the new. That's a recipe for disaster. This 4-phase strategy is all about managing risk. First, you run the new system in parallel with the old one. No on-air risk, you just see how it does. Then, in phase 2, you start switching over during off-peak hours to get a feel for it. Phase 3 is when you make the new system the primary, but you keep that old RF link as your automatic backup, your safety net. And only after it's been running perfectly for a good long while do you finally go to phase 4 and say goodbye to the old gear. It's methodical, it's safe, and it lets you build confidence.
Now check this out. This table gives you some really practical, real-world starting points. And notice it's not one size fits all. A major station in a big city? Yeah, you're going to want a guaranteed MPLS circuit. Downtime is just too expensive. But a smaller station? A good business-class internet connection with a cellular backup might be perfect. And if your transmitter's out in the middle of nowhere, maybe something like Starlink is your best bet. It's all about matching the solution to your specific situation.
Finally, let's talk about making choices today that are still going to be smart 10 years from now. Let's be real. Nobody wants to spend a ton of money on brand new gear that's going to be a doorstop in 5 years. So how do you avoid that?
Here are your 4 golden rules for making your investment last. First, stick with open standards like AES 67. That way, you're not locked into one vendor forever. Second, pick systems that can grow with you through software updates, not by forcing you to buy all new hardware. That leads right into the third rule. Go for software-defined gear whenever you can. And last but not least, hang on to that hybrid capability. A system that can handle different types of connections gives you the flexibility to adapt to whatever the future holds. You know, this quote just nails it. It really gets to the heart of the matter. It's not about just buying the newest, shiniest toy. Modern broadcast engineering is this constant dance, right? It's about balancing the cool, innovative new stuff against the absolute non-negotiable need to be rock-solid reliable and stay on the air.
So as we wrap up not just this session, but this entire 10-part series, this is the question I want to leave you with. Your STL is the absolute lifeline of your station. Is your strategy for that lifeline ready for the next 10 years? Taking the time now to really plan this out will ensure that your station stays strong, reliable, and ready for whatever's next.